Guys, we're back for another episode of the Great Walk of Kalimdor Challenge. As always, I am joined by Mr. Kalimdor. How are you doing, friend?
I am doing well. It is I, Kalimdor. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, man. I'm doing fantastic. I do have to apologize to people watching this right now. I'm going to start walking, by the way. I do have to apologize because in the... What?
I ran instead of walked.
Oh my, you cheater. Animal, actual savage. Anyway, I have to apologize because in the last video I didn't say a special thank you to these supporters here on the nixxiom channel that are watching this episode early. That's right. If you guys want to support the channel, there's that big join button underneath the banner, or there's the link in the description. But get access to early content and special things and behind the scenes stuff and blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to do the whole pitch.
Yeah.
Anyway, give us the update, Kalimdor. What's been going on in this past week, 2 weeks, however long it's been?
It's been a while since we did a walk.
It has been
a walk, and we've been doing the hardcore challenge. Kind of alternate.
People love it.
Fun. Yeah, that's been great. So if anyone hasn't seen that, just look up nixxiom and Kalimdor hardcore, and you'll find it. Yeah, we just started leveling Tarns, and we're going through Mulgore. And if we die, we die. If one of us dies, we both die. That's gonna be crazy. Yeah,
we're doing the hardcore duo challenge. So yeah, for those that don't know, if one person on the team dies, you both die. It's over.
Yeah.
I saw a video, I think it was yesterday, maybe the day before yesterday, of this guy, and he was doing the duo hardcore challenge, and he was level 59, and his partner was, I think, level 58 or 59 as well. I don't remember. Pretty sure 59 since leveling together.
Yeah.
And his partner, a druid, decided to run into a bunch of elite Scarlet Crusaders at Tyr's hand in the Plaguelands, and he died. And so they both had to delete at level 59.
Mamma mia, dude.
Yes. That was, I could only imagine, like, the level of frustration. What's wrong? Why are you walking to the side of the path? You afraid of that cat?
Lion, yeah. Watch out.
Yes, lion.
But yeah, so we're doing that. One episode's on your channel, one episode's on my channel. So we're going back and forth for that sweet viewership sharing.
Dude, and speaking of WoW, like we talked about hardcore, I think, a lot last episode.
Yeah.
So the people, what they really want to hear about is everyone's favorite World of Warcraft expansion, Dragonflight. And we're recording this on Saturday evening. Technically, it's Sunday now because it's 1 o'clock in the morning. We're degenerates and stay up very late.
It's actually only midnight here. I'm Central Time.
Yeah, but it's still Sunday because it's midnight.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, so shut up. Anyway, we stay up late. But what I was going to say is that Tuesday, 10.1 comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is Tuesday, right?
I believe so, yep.
Yeah. Are you going to play 10.1, or are you just like committed to Classic or other games right now?
I mean, honestly, the only time I play Classic is really when we do hardcore leveling or when I'm doing dumb challenges.
Okay.
But I play a lot of other games, but I still play. Here's the thing. I play WoW retail like very casually. Like I do the trading post stuff because I'm like, I got to get my mounts because that's me. I'm like the mount collector person. And pets. I don't mind getting some pets. I'm not as crazy about it, but I'm like, I'll take them. But yeah, I hop on. I do all my trading post stuff. I still do WoW mount runs with my streamer viewers, and then I actually have been having a lot of fun with it. Normally, I've quit by now. Like with Shadowlands, I was zoned out. I think the trading post keeps me coming back and a lot of stuff like that. And I've actually, I've really enjoyed it. So I think I am going to be playing 10.1. And a lot of my friends, my streamer friends too, like were messaging. They're like, yo, do you guys want to raid? And like at least do a normal for the raid. And everyone was like, yeah, we could do a normal. Nobody wants to do the hardcore things.
Oh, yeah,
but
yeah.
they're like, yeah, we can do a normal. And I was like, yeah, let's do some normal. So plus, maybe the best part, we're going to an underground mole man town. So that's good enough for me.
Oh, like I thought you meant in real life.
I am talking about real life.
Oh, I see. Dude, we are gonna go see some underground little mole people.
Mm-hmm.
I think the more I put a tweet out about this the other day, but the more I've just been playing classic hardcore. I've been playing Guild Wars 2 recently.
Oh yeah, I love Guild Wars 2.
Yeah, I've been playing a good bit of Guild Wars. I actually re-downloaded Lord of the Rings Online, and I've been playing that as well, which has been a lot of I love Lord of the Rings Online. Like, oh my goodness. Because we started doing this. I'm going to kind of repeat myself what I was talking about before we started recording, but for the sake of the audience, we like on nixxiom, we created a series called like fun/not fun, where I just kind of pick a topic like classic WoW zones, and I say hey Silver Pine Forest fun, this zone not fun, and so on. And that series has done fantastic. People really enjoy those videos. They think they're fun, they're silly. And so we've been talking about like, well, what are some other like series-ish kind of projects we could do? And so we decided to come up with one very simple idea, really, which was just like there's a lot of MMOs out there, but there's the question of like, well, what makes Guild Wars 2? Let's walk over here, avoid those two guards or whatever.
Yep.
Like what makes Guild Wars 2 unique compared to like WoW or whatever EVE Online? What makes Guild Wars 2 Guild Wars 2? So we made the title is kind of work in progress. If anybody has a suggestion for a better title, by all means. But we just decided to call it like what makes X better than other MMOs. So we did Guild Wars 2 and did very, very well on the channel. People really seem to enjoy that video. And then we're working on the Elder Scrolls Online version now. That's going to be a fun one because I love Elder Scrolls Online. I have hundreds of hours in that game. And then then we'll just kind of go and do other MMOs, RuneScape, and so on. It's a goal of mine with nixxiom going forward to like I've sort of sprinkled a little bit of other MMO content here and there onto nixxiom, but it's always been few and far between. And I really want to change that going forward, where nixxiom is more MMO focused rather than just being specifically WoW focused. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yes. So that's something that I've been working on in the background, and hopefully the people will enjoy it. And
Whoa!
What? Careful. You're so far away. Keep up.
I'm curious, what did you like about Guild Wars 2? Because I know what I liked about Guild Wars 2.
So like so the video that we just put out was just talking about what makes Guild Wars 2 different. There was I don't even really remember from the recording, but there's no like opinions in there like, oh, I love this or oh, I don't like that. But I am working on a video right now because we do have like a list of Guild Wars 2 topic videos I want to create. Like one is the first impressions. What do I actually think? So for me, leveling up in Guild Wars 2, like my main guy I think right now is level 22 or something. So I'm still very much new into it. Right. For me, what I like about Guild Wars 2 is when it comes to the level up experience, the exploration element.
Yeah.
Just going and finding things and doing the events. I do have some complaints with this system, though. Really, the only complaint that I have, one of the complaints that I have is the fact that, you know how when you do an event in Guild Wars 2, like after you succeed in doing it, you unlock a vendor that you can buy stuff with karma?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I wish that those vendors sold more stuff that was actually good. Like, usually all they sell is like some dumb trinket that's the same as all the other vendors in the zone. They're selling the same trinket with just a different little icon. And they sell like a piece of cake that gives you a little bit of an experience boost, and that's it.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, like I want there to be more here, like more of a reason to go out and do the events, and like even if it's just like a pet or something, like I don't know, like a little non-combat pet. So watch out, you're walking close. Oh my goodness, you got a death wish. But yes, I like the events. Love the PvP so far. I've not done World versus World, but the PvP was a lot of fun. Obviously, the combat's a lot of fun. And I think professions are pretty good too so far, although they're a little complicated in the beginning. I had to get the chat to help me. What is it that you enjoy? I didn't even know you liked Guild Wars 2.
Yeah, no, I played it back when it came out.
Oh yeah, me too.
If you remember the Lucky Do rap, it was gonna be the Dolyak rap, which was the Guild Wars 2 Dolyak, and then I was like, I think the Lucky Do one fits more, and then I did that, and I'm glad I did. Yeah, a little fun fact. But yeah, I think what I really loved was like what you said. I love the exploration. I love the fact that you can that's what you can do. You can explore. Like you don't have to really do a whole bunch of other stuff. You can just explore and have fun doing it. And then I really like the professions. I love the fishing in the game. They just made the fishing a lot better with the recent expansion.
I haven't done that yet, so that's new to me. Or it will be new to me.
Yeah, it's pretty good. You get a boat.
Nice.
Pretty neat.
A boat? Oh, wow.
Yeah, you get a boat.
Cool.
And then I loved cooking, like, because you could just make your own. Well, obviously everything's predetermined, but you could be like, what if I mix this with this? And you're like, ooh, I created a thing. And it was like you were kind of exploring through creating, right?
Yeah, it's like Skyrim.
Form. Yeah.
Like a potion making.
Yeah, and so it was just really fun, like figuring out, like, oh, what ingredients do I need to put together to create this? And I always really enjoyed that type of profession system because you're just figuring out stuff. And so, yeah, I really enjoyed that. So I guess it really is just the open exploration style of Guild Wars that I really enjoyed. Plus, it's you don't have to pay monthly for it.
That's true. Did you hit like level cap and stuff in it?
Yeah, I was level cap. I'm not level capped yet. I played a bit of the new expansion, and then I remember the day I was playing it, I got like really nauseous. I think I ate something bad, or I don't remember what happened. I got really nauseous, and then I didn't play again. I think I just related it to like that experience, but I'd be down to play again. If once you get to like the new expansion, let me know, and I'd play.
Okay, yeah, by all means, let's do it.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Do a whole like Guild Wars 2 leveling series one day.
Yeah, no, that'd be fun.
It would be. Yeah. We should just have like a dedicated like YouTube channel just where we just like do it like an entire leveling series. And it'll be like your leveling series on your YouTube channel, the one that you've been doing for 15 years.
Yeah. No, it's only been about 11.
Oh, sorry, 11 years. My bad. LOL.
I actually just put up a new episode of WoW leveling last week or 2 weeks ago.
I did. Yeah. I don't watch the videos, but I go for the comments.
Just the comments, people like, dude, I was in high school and now I'm like, I have 3 kids.
Yeah, and you're still leveling this damn hunter with this raptor. Yeah,
like my kids are watching your WoW leveling.
That's awesome. Nice. I Guild Wars 2 has been a pleasure to play so far. I mean, when it comes to an MMO, it's really hard for my big thing when it comes to an MMORPG is just the exploration element of the game. Mm-hmm. And I feel like if a game does that very well, I will get hooked very quickly. Guild Wars 2, I feel like the exploration element is very strong, but again, I won't share all my opinions here. I do have some small complaints, kind of like that karma vendor thing. Yeah. But yes, but one game that I think does exploration very, very good, but it might just be because I'm a fan. It's just, it's Lord of the Rings Online, because the world is so frickin' massive. Like, yeah, Lord of the Rings Online is big. It's not Star Wars Galaxies big, but it's big. Yeah. So wandering around the mountains and the forests and everything, like I made a dwarf guardian or whatever, and I was playing him, and I'm in the Blue Mountains. It's where like Thorin Oakenshield ruled, and I'm looking at the map and I'm like, man, Mordor is so far away. And there's like videos of people like walking the entire like length of like the Shire to Mordor in Lord of the Rings Online, and it takes forever. So it's a cool game, and apparently they're gonna do some big, like I've heard rumor, I haven't looked into it too extensively, but apparently there's some like big update coming to Lord of the Rings Online, like a giant graphics overhaul or something. Yeah. Which personally, I don't think the game needs that, but I mean, I'm not really a graphics person when it comes to video games.
Yeah, so, I don't really care about graphics either.
Yeah, I don't care in the slightest.
Yeah.
It's
I really enjoy seeing a bunch of other different types of MMOs. I think that is a cool thing to do with your like branching out into other MMOs.
Yeah, it's just like, I think that I don't know. I'm playing a big variety of MMOs. I'm a fan of MMOs as a genre of game. I like doing first impressions videos like a lot. I very much enjoy just picking up a game and playing it for a few hours and writing down my thoughts on it and then making a video on it. And, just being that new player and seeing if or if not I enjoy the game. Because, I don't know, I have the opinion, oh boy, that raptor is looking spicy. And there's a hyena to the right. I have the opinion that, like, I really like watching first impressions videos of video games, because the thing is, I don't want to watch a review of a game where the guy, controversial opinion, I do not want to watch a review of a game where the person has put like 100+ hours into the game and is telling me about it. I will watch that video second. I want to watch a first impressions video first. Why? The reason why I like that, starting with the first impressions video, getting into the game, and if I enjoy it, then I'll watch like that kind of like full review for later on. Yeah. Is because for me, when I play a game, I am very much against this weird modern philosophy, and I think we talked about it maybe like a few Krendor nixxiom videos ago. But this idea of like, oh, you have to put like 8 hours into the game and then it gets good.
Oh, hyena.
Oh no! Oh, Ishnu Lawweary travelers. I'm a coming. Be careful. Yeah, so I like those first impressions videos, because I like it when the guy says, "Hey, I installed this game. I played it for like 3 hours, 4 hours. This is what I thought of it. If it was booty, it was booty." And so, like, I'm not going to play it. But then if I'm, like, really interested in the game, though, if I'm like, oh, well, it's an MMO, so maybe it's like let's say somebody made a review of, I don't know, like, modern World of Warcraft. Like, leveling up in modern WoW is, like, boring.
Yeah.
To say the least. Yeah, so obviously that first impressions review would probably not be pretty good. But if I was very interested in a WoW, I might watch the full review of like, okay, well, what's going to happen if I put like 10 hours in or something. So all I'm trying to say is I really like first impressions videos because they make me feel like, am I actually going to have fun the moment I start playing this game? Or do I gotta wait several hours?
Yeah. It's like the people where they're like, oh, you got to watch this show, but the first like 7 episodes suck. And I'm like, well, watch it.
I hate that. I will not waste my time.
Yeah. I'm like, well, I'd rather just do something else. They're like, oh, but it's so good. It's just the first 7 episodes. I'm like, well, if it was good, then all the
7
episodes.
hours. Yeah.
Like, listen, I can deal with 1 episode being bad or something, but like, you want like so many episodes? Like, okay.
I will, like, in a show, my own personal opinion is I will always forgive the pilot, like episode 1. I'm not expecting the pilot to be good. And then I'll also forgive episode 2, maybe. But if by episode 3 I'm like, okay, this is just not doing it, then it's just not doing it. I'm not going to watch any further.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, 100%. I agree.
Yeah. Yeah, because the pilot is always going to be bad.
Yeah.
Like there's very few shows I can think of that have a decent pilot. Me and the lady friend, we actually are watching The Last Kingdom right now. I've watched The Last Kingdom multiple times though. This is like my 4th time watching it. Oh. And then we might watch Rome afterwards. I've watched Rome. That's my most watched TV show. And then she's never seen Game of Thrones, so we might watch that too.
Wow,
yeah.
I remember Rome being on, but I never watched it.
Dude, Rome is like, oh, like, damn. Rome is so good. If you're a fan of historical so Rome was the most expensive TV show in history before Game of Thrones.
Oh, wow.
So it's fantastic. If you love Roman history or you're just like a history buff in general, Rome is great. Season 1, I'm not going to spoil nothing, but if you know your history, I mean, whatever. But season 1 just follows like the exploits and the events of Julius Caesar as he, returns to Rome, to conquer it and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So fantastic show. Like, oh, my goodness, I love it. It's a true Roman show for true Romans. It's a joke. The people who have watched Rome will understand what I'm quoting. So, yes. Anyway, but yeah, Rome is great. What about you? What's your favorite TV show, Krendor? Don't say Breaking Bad. It's a great show. Fantastic show, but everybody says it.
So, I actually kind of want to watch Rome now. I was looking through the screenshot.
Oh, dude, so good. Dude, I would, if you were here right now, I'd be like, dude, pop the popcorn. Let's go.
Hell yeah. So here's the thing with Breaking Bad.
Okay.
I've tried to watch it a few times and I just can't get into it.
Really?
Yeah. And,
wow.
I think I don't do well with like really hard hitting stuff right away like that. Like if they like work into it, I'm okay. I'm also a hypochondriac, so I hate just like they're just like he's got cancer, and I'm just like, yeah.
Oh yeah, okay.
Like right away, so it kind of like triggers that in me. So I'm like, I don't know, but like I know the show's good. I'm not saying it's a bad show. I'm just saying, I struggle.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. But as for like my favorite shows, man,
DuckTales.
There's that DuckTales, solid show. All right, it's not bad.
Okay.
Oh God, I watch so much sport. I literally just watched the NFL draft for 2 days. That's how big of a loser I am.
Oh, what a loser. You're supposed to be a video game nerd. You're not allowed to watch sports.
The thing is, like, I'm a sports nerd. You know what I mean? Like, I know too much about a lot of sports. I'm not just like, oh, Jimbo hit the ball at the thing. Like, I know, like, way too much details about sports. You know, like, I nerd out about the sport.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I go about that. I'm just like, he doesn't even fit in the 3-4 defense if he's under Coach Johnson's scheme because he doesn't really play in the same style. Like, I go, like, you know, super in depth with that. you know, but I do a football podcast and stuff too. But like, I'm like that with a lot of sports. I watch basketball, hockey, baseball. Baseball I really enjoy because it's like a nice put it on the radio when you're driving, or like put it on the background while you're doing something else. So that's kind of neat. But man, TV shows, like, I honestly don't watch that many TV shows, or just like, I guess, series. I don't know. I'm not a big media consumer, I guess, outside of sport.
I see.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen like Game of Thrones. I liked it up until the end.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, man, like, I don't know.
TV shows are great, but they're also kind of dangerous, especially if you find one that you're like, oh, this is great, and you just get hooked on it because you lose so much time.
Yeah, I think that's it. It's just like, it's so much time invested.
Yeah, like I'll tell a story about Breaking Bad. So like, I'm a workaholic. It's just, work gives me great pleasure, whether it's video editing or writing or whatever. It's my pleasure. And one day I was with this lady friend, and she suggested we watch Breaking Bad. I'd never watched it. It was only a few years ago. Yeah. So the series was over at this point. So we started watching, and I liked it. I mean, I thought it was a cool show. I'm not the biggest. I mean, I do have some small complaints about it, but, you know, no show's perfect. But it was a great show, and I was like, oh, this is great. And so I started just binge watching Breaking Bad. And eventually, I don't know what season it was. Maybe it was like the second to last season, or like the middle season. I don't remember. But I was spending so much time watching Breaking Bad, I wasn't working. So what I did is I was like, hey, like, I got stuff to do. I got a channel to run. I got scripts to write, you know, blah, blah. This is taking way too much of my time. So I just went on Wikipedia one night, and I just read every single thing that was going to happen, and spoiled the entire show for me. That way I was like, okay, nothing surprised anymore. So, yep. And then I went right back to work. And then it was maybe like a year later, I actually sat down and just finished it, because I think I was like really ahead of schedule for like a week or something. So I just kind of like chilled out for like a week or 2 weeks, and just like slowly watched, you know, all the episodes I hadn't seen. And even though knowing everything that was going to happen, I mean, it was still nice. But the point is, like, at least speaking only for myself, TV shows can be a little dangerous, because I'll indulge. Yeah, you know, I'll be a glutton with entertainment sometimes. Yeah, so it's definitely. I mean, they're made to be like that, right? Like, they're made so that you can binge it, which I actually like when they release them weekly, kind of like what Game of Thrones would do. Yeah. Because it's like something to look forward to, right? It's like, ooh, I get to look forward to that, instead of just like, here it is, binge it. And then people are just like, I hear you. Yeah. Yeah. So I personally prefer that. Either way, I was going to say something unrelated to what we're talking about. Also, we've been like progressing pretty well through the Barrens. Yeah. I've only died once, so this is good. Yeah, well, dude, I'll real fast. I mean, we are past the halfway mark. Yeah, we are like over halfway to the gates of Encourage. Yeah, like oh no, I spoke too soon. Speak of the devil, and he shall appear as a thunderhead. He's hitting me too. Good. Sometimes you die. I did get slightly further though. Okay, I see. I know what I was gonna say. Yeah. Okay, you said unrelated topic. Yeah, it was going back to the WoW leveling. So I used to talk differently. Yeah, you talked about this before. Yeah. Yeah, you used to be more awkward. I was more awkward, but I was more like putting on it was almost like I was doing an old timey horse race. You know, but I don't remember if you ever did that, because I feel like
maybe some people have that, but some people just kind of are always how they are. You know what I mean? But
What do you mean? Just like in the way that you talk in a recording?
yeah, almost like in the way that you talk. Because like I used to talk like this, and I was and I don't know if it's because I was trying to put on a entertainer voice or if I just didn't know. Almost like I didn't believe in myself in a way. But I still like believed in myself enough to create what I created. But it was almost like I didn't know who I was. You know what I mean? I was kind of trying to find myself. So I was just like, hello, everyone. It is I, Kalimdor, and here I am. Now I go back and I'm like, dude, what the fuck was I doing?
Yeah.
But I guess when people, it's also, people are their harshest critics, right? So,
Sure.
you know, going back and watching my own stuff, I'm always like, ugh, but everybody does that about themselves.
Yeah, I never really put on a voice. I would say more like I definitely could relate to putting on a mood. 'Cause there have been plenty of times where I've gone to record a video and like I just don't feel like it. Like recording that day, like maybe something has happened, like whatever. And so you kind of like put on the mood a little bit, like thankfully, most of the time I don't have to do this. I mean, but it happens. It's almost like you're kind of faking excitement occasionally, or like enthusiasm.
You mean live streamers?
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. I made a video recently talking about like my tips, or well, not really my tips, but sort of like my advice to people wanting to get into live streaming after like, you know, because I've been streaming for 7 years. Yeah. I've never been a full-time streamer, but I've certainly made a living as a streamer despite not doing it full-time. You know, traveling around the world and being invited to events and blah, blah, blah. You know, it's been cool. And one of the things that I talked about in that video was, well, just that, like having to occasionally, like having to occasionally put on a mask, especially like during difficult times. Like I remember, for example, there was a time where I was streaming more than I was doing YouTube. So streaming was my main source of income at the time. And so I was streaming relatively often, and it was during this time that one of my best friends, his name was Mike, he died. And I had bills to pay, so I then had to go on stream the very next day. Not the day that I got the news, but the very next day I was on stream. Hey guys, what's up? It's me. Nothing's wrong. LOL.
Yeah.
You know, there's so many thunder lizards. I'm gonna have to like res again and just keep making my way.
There are a lot of thunder lizards.
Oh my goodness. Just got zapped by 2. But yeah, so yeah, what you're talking about, like kind of putting on the mask, putting on the face. I mean, I've definitely, you know, I've had experiences doing that. Yeah, because I did that during that time. I remember I streamed that day and then like the next day. And I think it was like on day 3, I remember I streamed and I had a breakdown on stream. Oh, wow. And then I was like, no. And then I had to like take a day or 2 and I like disappeared. I actually think it was that day, now that I think about it, that sort of kind of broke. That was like the last time I streamed like on the regular, where I was like frequently streaming throughout the week. After that, I think I stopped, and then I kind of started streaming more like just more occasionally. Yeah. So yeah,
it's kind of that's interesting because like I had the same thing happen when TB died. Yeah, you know, and it was even really weird because like when you have a friend die that young too, it's really weird. And then on top of that, you have people online being like, I still remember this one dude on Twitter being like, Krendor, you haven't said anything yet. Are you going to say anything about your friend? And I was going to be like, dude, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like imagine like you have someone die and then someone at like you're sitting there at like a funeral and someone's like, you got to say anything?
Yeah.
Except that's not even a person, you know, it's just some random dude.
Yeah.
Like it's one of the things I hate about social media. As well as like it almost makes you feel obligated to say something about like just anything, you know what I mean? So it was weird, but that was another thing where you had to be like, all right, well, you know, time to carry on, like everything's normal still, right? And I guess that's kind of the weird thing about it. Like, sure, people will be like, oh, you know, it's easy to play video game, dude, but you still have to like be entertaining and like be somebody that people want to watch, right? Because I mean, nobody wants to tune into a stream and people are arguing or they're just sitting there sad and whatever. Like, you want to have a good time because people tune into you to be entertained, you know?
Yeah.
So it's a weird situation. I don't know.
Yeah, I hear you, man. Yeah, I know the feel where I don't really know how to describe what you just what you just said, but when people like, I don't even know how to describe it, but certainly many times where like some sort of world event will happen or just something will occur and you have people like saying, oh, you know, nixxiom, you know, Krendor, like, are you going to say something about this?
Yeah, it's that like social media thing.
Yeah, it's like you're being treated as a I mean, I guess it kind of comes with the job, but you're kind of being treated more as like a billboard than as a person.
Yeah.
And in many cases also treated as a product as opposed to a person.
Yeah. And like I get it, right? Like you know, we are people that constantly give our opinions on things, but I generally prefer to give it on like, you know, like video games or something. Someone's like, what's your opinion on the current political climate? I'm not going to talk about this.
Yeah, we have the rule on nixxiom behind the scenes. Like anyone who works with nixxiom has to follow the rule of no religion, no politics. That's like one of like the big rules. Like I don't touch those two subjects with nixxiom. I don't care what's going on. Like in any sort of political situation, I'm not going to make a comment on it. The only time where we did sort of tread the line a little bit was when I made that Rings of Power video. And I talked a lot about J.R. Tolkien and like the Catholic roots of the Lord of the Rings. It was a video that like I remember talking with like two guys about it because we were working on the video together. And it was like, this might be kind of treading the line a little bit, but oh well, let's do it anyway. And very, very successful video. People really enjoyed it. So I was happy to see that. Oh no, you first.
Oh, I got this.
Run away.
Honestly, he's probably friendly. I'm just going to go talk to him.
Don't do it.
Let me just wave.
You can never trust the Tauren.
I think he's a good guy.
Oh wow, he's a good guy.
He is a good guy. I only kind of know that because he's a quest NPC. So I was like, I don't think he'd attack me.
Maybe the Tauren aren't so bad after all.
Yeah.
Nice.
Speaking of which, I tried to search my old self. I just searched. Hold on. Where am I? I just searched. Or no, I tried to find our old stuff because I was like, when did we start recording? It was probably like 2017, maybe.
What was the earliest thing we did? The forest? No,
it might have been. I don't know.
That was definitely early.
That was. Oh wait, this says nixxiom Krendor's first. Oh, it's 29. That's no. Okay, I see some 2018s. 2017, nixxiom and WoW Krendor's favorite vanilla WoW quest. That was 2017.
Okay.
I don't even remember that. And then when was? Yeah. Oh my God. Wait. When was fishing with Krendor? I fished with you in 2017, and yeah, I think 2017.
So did everything start with the fishing with Kalimdor video?
I think it did, because I don't think we talked much before that.
Okay, I guess so.
So a lot of the other
like,
videos are 2018, 2019, 2020, yeah.
Yeah, so it's been like 6 years.
Yeah. Honestly, it feels, I thought it'd be longer.
Yeah, I mean,
it's kind of crazy.
No, it's, oh no! Haha.
Oh, I'm dodging. I'm dead.
Oh. Well, at least I'm okay. Let's look at, and I think the graveyard's like right there, right?
Oh yeah, I'm ahead.
Yeah. Oh no, cheater! Nice.
This is the main point I was gonna get to here was I found an old MMO champion thread.
Oh.
And they were like, "Who's your favorite YouTuber?" And it's a bunch of people mentioning like us.
Oh yeah, dude! Back when we were actually popular and cool.
Yeah, this is all in 2015.
Yeah. Oh, 2015? Oh, cool.
Yeah, someone's just like, I love Krendor's goofiness, and someone's like, I hate Krendor, and someone's like, Krendor's dumb, but I liked his Lucky Do rap, and someone said, I love Nixxiom, Noble, Mookluck, Krendor, Lazy Peon. Let's see. It's just like a big thread. Yeah, Nixxiom, Mookluck, Noble, Asmongold, Preach, Nixxiom, Krendor. It's kind of crazy when you think about it.
Yeah, it's been back in the good old glory days.
Yeah.
Making machinima and stuff.
Somebody said no one. Every YouTuber is a wannabe Justin Bieber.
That's right. Oh no!
Oh, that's what you get, wannabe Justin Bieber.
Oh.
Get out of here!
Get out of here! You can't even sing. Wait, I think I'm gonna live.
Oh my god! No, he's gonna zap you.
No! Oh! I thought he got tired, and he was like, I guess I won't kill him.
Oh yeah, we're almost to the end.
Yeah, we're almost there. We'll wrap up at the whatchamacallit, the lift.
Elevator. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I figured.
The Great Barons episode.
The Great Barons.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's still pretty crap. I'd still like think back on the last, God, it was 14 years now, and it's just kind of like it's crazy, like looking back at everything and even just I don't know. I never thought it would get to this point where I'd be doing this for 14 years.
I'm always like, I don't really. Oddly enough, I guess maybe even going back to what I was talking about with the Breaking Bad stuff, being kind of a workaholic, I like never look back when it comes to like work stuff. It, like people will be like, oh, nixxiom, do you ever get nostalgic for the days when you made machinima and stuff all the time? No, not at all. Like, oh, do you ever get nostalgic about the top 10 time or the top 10 days when everyone was making top 10 videos? No. Not really.
Some of us are still making top 10 videos.
I know, top 10 bores. Hey, I make like a countdown video every now and then. But no, I'm always like just kind of looking ahead. I'm always excited for like what's you know, what's over the next horizon. What's the next big thing? You know, I'm excited to like earlier in the video, it's like, oh, you know, we're doing this like new series, like, you know, what makes what different from the other MMOs. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. You know, how can we take that pilot episode, that Guild Wars 2 episode, and how can we like make it better? You know, let's make the editing even better on the next episode, like, you know, whatever, and blah, 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 blah. And so I'm always very excited. It's strange because whenever, you know, because you've brought it up a few times where you'll talk about like, oh man, I've been doing this like X number of years. Or been recording like 6 years together, and it won't even feel like 6 years to me, or, you know, like 10 years of doing YouTube or however long it's been. Like it feels like I just started yesterday. So, but
I'm a little bit of both. Like I love looking back. I get nostalgic. I make videos where I go back and play old games every year to the point where now I'm like, dude, remember when I made that old video of me going back and making that old video and making that old game of that old video of that old game? Because I've done so many. and it's kind of fun. But at the same time, like I still like looking forward. Like I'm still like, I want to do a new series. I want to do a new thing, and you know, it's actually interesting. Like Pointless Top 10, bringing it up. It's actually changed in itself because like I go listen to some of my old Pointless Top 10s. And I used to do it really fast because I was just like, hey, everybody's doing Pointless Top 10. Blah, blah, blah.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. And because a lot of people loved like really fast videos back then. Like, and I was like, oh, this will be kind of funny. And now it's kind of, a lot of people love slower, longer form content that's more like informative and kind of fun. And so it's kind of just morphed into that. And that's more of my personality anyway, I think.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of just changed in itself, like one of my favorite series. And so even Pointless Top 10, which by the way it's in itself non-content, because in the video series, all right, people are always like, this isn't even a pointless list. And I'm like, well, it's not the list that's pointless, or it's the list that's pointless, not the things in it. But in the start of this like video, I'm like, welcome back to another episode of Pointless Top 10, a show where we make top 10 lists out of pointless things. So I literally say we're making a list out of pointless things, but I'm not. Because the things aren't pointless, the list is pointless. So it's truly, I think, encapsulating of what I'm all about.
It's truly a video.
It truly is a video.
It's truly a series. Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, here we are.
We made it.
We made it.
It only took like 45 minutes, but we managed to walk the entire length of the Barrens.
Honestly, I thought it would take longer. I thought it'd be over an hour.
No, it's about, well, I mean, I started recording like, you know, a little bit before we actually, you know, I said the, hey guys, what's up? It's nixxiom.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Like by like a minute. So it's about 45 minutes.
That's not bad. And I mean, we're pretty close. I mean, what do we got? We go, where do we got to go? We go Thousand Needles, Shimmering Flats, Tanaris. Then we got to go through Dinosaur Land.
Yep, and then Silithus.
And then Silithus. Interesting. Yep. Okay.
We're gonna die many times from this point on.
Oh yeah. Thousand Needles will be, I think, okay. I think once we hit Tanaris, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad. Yeah.
There's no road to follow in Tanaris.
Yeah, no, it's just desert. Which, by the way, I'm gonna be being like, I love the zone the entire way, and then you're gonna be being like, I hate this place.
Oh yes, I'm well aware.
It's gonna be fun.
Well, this is great. We got to walk the Barrens, and we got to talk about a bunch of stuff that was, you know, barren of anything interesting.
Yeah. No, it was great. Yeah.
Well, I will just say before you say any final words, just wanted to say big shout out to the supporters on the channel. If you guys would like to support the channel and the work that goes on behind the scenes, the editors and the writers and like the little thumbnail artists and stuff, you can hit that join button underneath the channel banner, link in description, whatever. You get like perks and things. You get badges next to your name in the chat and emotes and lots of things, you know. So it's cool. It's fun. Yeah, you also get to see these episodes early, so that's cool.
Yeah.
But yep. I mean, that's really it for me. It was fun.
Yeah. I look forward to our next adventure into the numerous amounts of needles.
That's right. The 1,000 needles, which is more like probably less than 24. Well, probably more than that.
Yeah. They're not even really needles. They're kind of just like big, dull plateaus.
Big rock wieners. That's right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for coming on the channel again, Kren Friend. Like, favorite, and subscribe. And I guess I'll give you the final outro or whatever.
See ya.